Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Heimbuck. If you have not already met me, thank you for joining and learning a little bit more about our freezer meal workshops. If I've met you, hello, welcome back. And first off, thank you so much for joining in on this and loving Epicure and supporting my business. So thank you very much. I just want to spend a couple minutes here showing you some tips and how this kind of works from start to finish. It's super simple. I love that some of the recipes are a little more versatile or a little variation, I guess, from some of the meal solutions that we provide. However, every meal solution we provide has a basic recipe on the back. So just want to throw that out there. So some of these workshops can be made from a number of different bundles that we offer for meal prep and meal planning. The particular one I'm showing you today is our it's our 3 weeks of easy dinners. And this is the box that came in straight from Epicure. So I just simply went onto my website, clicked on 3 weeks of easy dinners and purchased this. If you're watching this and you're not prepping from this, that just means you're doing a different meal solution or meal prep workshop that I've offered. So today we are going to be using the 3 weeks of easy dinners, and you should have received a grocery list from me. Now, why I love this is it's so simple to go through, check what I already have in my freezer, check it off, what I have in my pantry, check it off. Maybe I even have some fresh produce that's already in my fridge. So go through this first, check off everything you already have, and then I go to my grocery ordering service. So for myself, it's Kroger or Fred Meyer, and I use ClickList. So I go to my ClickList and I add the remaining items that I need. I also add any items I need probably for that week for the home in general. So I do all of it all at once. So love the grocery list, makes it super simple. Also shop sales. For instance, this week it was buy one, get one free on a package of chicken, which is perfect. So you can kind of save some money, bundle big, and that always helps on the budget. Then you get your groceries and you bring them home, and the ideal situation would be pick them up and prep that day. So you're only touching your produce and your proteins and groceries once. So I am going to go ahead and go through some of the tools that I like to use when I'm meal prepping. And we're gonna prep one bag, and then you will see how this works. The other thing that you get with a meal prep workshop are recipes and the prep instructions. And these are awesome. You'll see in a few minutes, because when you cut these out, you can put them right with your freezer meal bag. So when it's time for cooking, they're right there with you. No need to search a website or your phone or anywhere to try to find the recipe. So what do I use? First off, I like to have a few things on hand or ready to go when I'm prepping. I do love our kitchen cutting mats. These come in a pack of 4, 2 small, and then we have 2 of the bigger size. I love these because, first off, storage-wise, they are small and thin, and they don't take up a lot of storage. They also are dishwasher safe, and they are great just mat for catching liquids and juices as you're prepping, not necessarily just for chopping. I also have our Pro Chef knife. It's our ceramic knife, always keeps a sharp edge. Comes with a sheath to keep your fingers protected, but also keep the blade protected. The other thing too, just a little tip, this is something I do, is I write a little P on here for protein. I like to use the same knife for my protein. That's just me. And then I have on this one, a V for my veggies. So I use this knife for my veggies. Another tool I like is our kitchen shears. Sometimes I like to cut our chicken up into chunks. If a recipe calls for bite-sized pieces, I use my shears for that. If there's not a recipe for that, it also is really nice to be able to just cut open our meal solutions as we're prepping. The other tool I love is our mandolin. This is just for quick, easy slices. So like onions, or if you're doing anything julienne, there comes with 4 different little sizes for chopping and prepping. So that is a great tool. Love, love, love our mandolin. And then Ziploc bags. So typically we make 10 freezer meals, so you'll want 20 Ziploc bags because we will double them up to prevent any leakage later on when they're defrosting, or if maybe they get a little hole in it, it just doesn't leak out everywhere. If you are wanting to save on saving your Ziploc bags, if this becomes something that you end up doing like monthly, I always save the outside one and I just put it in a bag, and then I mark it as double bag, outside bag of meal prep, whatever you want to mark it as. I also have quart size because sometimes there's a meal that asks for bag A, bag 2, or B, and so you sometimes just need a smaller size. The other thing too is I like to have paper towels close just in case, and I also have my garbage can close by just for easy tossing of the outsides of onions or anything extra that we don't need. So that's kind of the stuff, that prep stuff that I like to have out. I am going to go ahead and prep one of the meals. So like I said, when you get your meal prep or your workshop instructions, I print this out and then I cut them in half so that I can just take the first one like so, and I have that here to prep from. So this particular one is chicken Philly sandwiches, and we have our freezer bag. I've already sliced up chicken here, and another, as I hold that up, I have a hair that keeps tickling me. As I'm holding this up, I forgot to tell you, this is a little tool. This green Ziploc bag holder here is a little tool that I have used for a long time now for prepping. I love it. It holds my bag open so I can easily dump things in. I got this on Amazon, you guys. You can get like a package of 6 or 12 or whatever. When I prep for camping, I have all 10 of them laid out because we go camping for 10 days, and I meal prep. I have them open. I just meal prep them all in there and they're good to go. So I have my chicken already sliced up. The next thing we need is 2 bell peppers, which I've already cut those up here. I'm just gonna throw those in my bag. And then after that, we need 1 small yellow onion. So I already chopped that up or sliced that up using my mandolin, and we're gonna put that in there. And this is where it's nice to have a paper towel handy. Then we need 1 packet of the Philly cheese steak seasoning. So I'm just gonna go through my box here and grab that out. Sorry guys, 1 second here. All right, of course, it's at the bottom, but here we go. So we have our Philly cheese steak seasoning. I'm gonna open that up. Oh, and I forgot one thing that I like to have for prepping. I will show you that in 1 minute. So we're gonna dump that in here. So no need to get 5 to 6, 7, 8 different seasonings to make Philly cheesesteak. All blended, all together, easy prep. Love that our meal solutions have everything all together. And again, if you have multiple of these, there's a recipe on the back. Today we're doing a little variation. You can also go onto my website, plug in Philly style cheesesteak, and it'll pop up a whole bunch of different recipes you can use making this. All right, and then the last thing we need is just a teaspoon of oil. So let me grab my oil, and the other tool that I like to use is our 4-in-1 spoon, and I like to have 2 of these on hand, so I have a dry one and a liquid one. So this will become my liquid one for today when I'm meal prepping, and I'm just gonna use the teaspoon side. Add my olive oil and pour that over the top. I did use a little more chicken, so I'm gonna just, it called for a pound, I did like 1.5 pounds. I'm gonna add a little extra oil. All right, so I'm gonna put that down here on one of my mats. Another reason the mats are so nice, kind of catch all the liquid and anything extra. Then I'm gonna just take this out. I'm gonna kind of shake this around here. Get all the seasonings over all of the veggies and the protein. And what's nice too is that these seasonings are going to freeze on the veggies and the protein, in this case the chicken. And then when it defrosts, it also kind of starts to marinate a little bit, so it really soaks up those seasonings. And that's one thing I love about the freezer meal option with Epicure. All right, I'm gonna get all of the air out here. That is good to go. I'm gonna grab one more Ziploc bag. And before I do that, I am just gonna write on here what it is with my Sharpie. So this is chicken Philly sandwiches. And some of the recipes will need, at cook time, we'll need a couple other items, and that is also on here, which is great. So with this particular one, it says you need buns and cheese. So I like using provolone on our Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. So what's nice about that is that when you take this out of your freezer on a Sunday to be prepared for the week, or whatever day you start your week to prepare for meals, you can look at this sheet here and say, what else do I need, and add it to your weekly grocery list if you, so that you have it whenever you're ready to cook that meal. All right, so like I said, this one just needs buns and cheese. We're gonna go ahead and throw this, double bag it like we were talking about earlier. Throw that in there, kind of flip that over so everything's in there. Take my little sheet, put it on the outside here, like so. Then we're gonna Ziploc that up, get all the air out. And another tip I like to do is to kind of lay this flat because it stores really well in your freezer. So again, once we're done, we have that inside there. We know that we need to grab a couple things for this particular meal when we're preparing for our week. And that's one meal down. And then you just go through the rest and you prep the remaining 9 recipes. In this particular meal kit that we're doing our freezer meal workshop with, you will end up having 5 extra meals that you can use to cook fresh throughout the rest of the month. Sometimes I feel like Friday night or Saturday or Sunday, I usually have more time to cook, and I like to kind of spend some time in the kitchen, or my girls like to cook with me. So that's a great time to use those. And when I'm cooking those, I will simply use the recipe on the back most times. Sometimes if I'm feeling like, oh, let's see if there's anything else we'd like to try, I'll go to my website again, plug in the name, and see what other recipe options there for that. If I know I'm going to be using one of these in a certain week of the month, when I'm doing any type of grocery list shopping, for that week, I make sure I look at this. I'm like, okay, for this one, I need pineapple chunks, a white vinegar, check, got that, chicken, snap peas, and we're gonna have some rice with this. So I just make sure I have all those ingredients on hand when I know I'm gonna be cooking one of the fresh meals. So that's it, you guys. That is a freezer meal workshop and kind of how it works. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can send me a message or text me, and I would love to help you out. And I hope this helps. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.